So shalom to everybody. I want to wish everyone a Shabbat shalom as we end this week soon and tomorrow night head into Shabbat. Love your neighbor as yourself. The ahavta l'reacha kamocha. That's a verse in this week's parasha, Acharemot Kedoshim. It's actually a double portion this week, and the verse comes from the second of the two portions, Kedoshim. The sage Hillel in the Talmud phrased this in his own way by saying, "What is unpleasant and undesirable to you, don't do to other people." But however you see the verse, in the positive or in the negative, some have interpreted it to mean that we ought to judge one another charitably and with compassion. Love, understand, and accept your fellow human being because he or she is like you, excelling at some things, not so much at others. This interpretation is similar to the teaching in Pirkei Avot, Havei dan et kol adam lechav zechut. When we are tempted to harshly critique someone for something they've done or said, start first by giving them the benefit of the doubt. But my preferred interpretation of this classic verse is the one taught by Martin Buber, who understood it as related to the preceding verse, do not take vengeance. Buber taught that people, being inextricably linked to one another, are sort of like a person's body. We would never take a knife and stab one hand with the other. And so likewise, we must treat one another with love and an acute awareness that we are all connected to one another, all of humanity. We must hope for one another's success rather than failure and support one another rather than try to tear each other down. During these challenging times, we need one another more than ever. We need to support one another because we're connected to one another. We need to continue to put into high gear the spirit of the verse, the ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Care about each other as we care about ourselves. I believe this is something that the members of our congregation do intuitively and with passion, and I know that it will continue during these challenging times and afterward. Let's all put into practice the ahavta l'reacha kamocha and continue to take care of one another. Join us for our Friday evening service at 6 p.m. on Zoom and our Shabbat morning Zoom minyan at 9:45 when we will have a reading of the Torah with people called for aliyot. This week, we will celebrate May birthdays, so if you have a birthday during the month of May, please Zoom in with us and we will recognize you and bless you and honor you. And of course, we have a discussion of the weekly Torah portion, and this week we'll talk about the Jewish ethics of reopening the economy and what we can glean from our ethical teachings about personal needs versus communal needs, and which take precedence. Shabbat shalom to you all, and stay connected to Oheb Shalom, and let's take care of one another.